Attention gamers, previously on Rav's battle against the bot lane meta, I rocked this sewer rat and displayed incredible levels of maturity by comparing his passive to leaking little farts under the sheets until you slap your E to suffocate your opponents and your shart stank. I then discussed the synergies of pairing Stuart Little from the sewers with the clown that makes me frown because slapping unsuspecting victims with some 1 stealth 2 stealth always resulted in enemies with no health and Rav with big wealth. So in today's video, I will seek to tweak my strategies of sneak by first going on a date with the dead dock worker to play some games of peekaboo, and then you will see the main event where I suck on some zoomies to show how you can carry, when you marry, Tom and Jerry, because 2 stealths is very scary. But first, I wanted to address the elephant in the—
That's a pig, you moron.
A lot of you were wondering why I changed my title and thumbnail of my last video. First, I am fully aware that my nicknames for this guy, and him, and her, and them, will result in a lot of this. And I am okay with that, but certain topics are more serious and can result in things like this. So the last thing I wanted was a manual review of that thumbnail drilling into my video to see comments like this, which would then leave you wondering why Rav randomly stopped uploading. Don't get me wrong, it is blatantly obvious how much worse the video started performing after I changed it and how much money I probably lost out of because of it, but I couldn't risk not being able to provide you guys with my content moving forward. So PR Rav here to say that my commentary is never meant to be biased or hateful, so don't misinterpret my cringy attempts at being funny for anything but that. Now I spent 14 freaking hours trying to make the next 70 seconds of sponsored message entertaining, so don't skip it. I promised I would spit some Dr. Seuss freestyle bars for my next sponsor, so give it up for Rav's Raid Rap. Raid is a game on mobile and PC, where you take your foes to Pound Town in this turn-based RPG. The game is free to play with me, with all kinds of graphical artistry to see,
like this chick's thick booty.
Play with the boys or play it alone. Burst down bosses to hit that milestone. The game's well known, so I do condone, with my monotone, that you own it on your phone. The player base is giant, the client is reliant, you may think I am lying, but 25 million people are trying it. Let's say you got it today, and started to play, because you wanted to slay. But this metal mouth breather and his boys are in your way, causing you to spam replay. It's okay, just open chat and say, help me please, I'm a total noob, or check hundreds of guides on Twitch, Discord or YouTube. Because raid players are everywhere, and ready to share, you can learn and prepare the right champions for warfare. Or join a clan, to improve your plan, to become the best, through clan bosses, rewards and chests. And if you use my link below, you get free stuff to help you grow, and demolish every foe, like 100k coin of dough, and keys, shards and this little Miss Booty Poppin' longbow. So instead of commenting shade, let your opinions be swayed, use my link in the description, and join Rav on Raid. Now for all the loyal ones who stuck with me through my rant and my raid rap, I appreciate you, and for those who are posting the timestamp in the comments for when the actual video starts, suck my left nut. Now slap that upward thumb button on this video and let's get into the games. Don't forget there's only 2 weeks left in the giveaway with the boys, where we bought a PC for one of you to win completely for free, so check the description for the link to enter. The game starts off with us against a Golden Lotus and the sexy sheriff who got called into work on her day off at the beach, and that babe is clearly agitated that she didn't even have time to cover her ass cheeks before reporting for duty, and we fully intend to take advantage of that aggression as she overextends only to get dazed by the dockhand's crop dust and lit on fire for the kill.
Then a responsible player would have realized that the sped sunflower was out of mana and continued fighting, but you won't get that level of intelligence out of my dumb ass husband, as he just leaves a free wad of cash on the table.
Oh, guess my wife is joining us for today's commentary. Anyways, we take an early road trip mid because this purple floating octopus is like a little Magikarp early, pretty harmless, but OG Pokemon yellow homies out there know what that thing evolves into at level 16, and we aren't trying to deal with a late game Gyarados, so we piss on the fish early. Then we come back bot to give the babe in the bikini a sneak peek of our ballsacks. I say hey by chucking a bottle of warm piss at her as Pyke grabs her by the ass and tosses her. She flees all startled before shitting out some golden glitter and dying. Then the slouched up dagger douche that I call my support gets tangled in some weeds and eaten by a bear covered in nacho cheese. The turret steals a bunch of CS from me because he's a total dickhead.
Or because you have the timing of a dying sloth.
Hun, shut up. Then Bobby the burrower digs a tunnel under the mountain to come water the plant as I sneak into the shadows.
As Rav throws
some poison slows
before flashing for the ass on that walking rose.
A minute later and we casually creep into the cove. As I go to make my move, I get intercepted by some vegan vines around my rat ankles, but I've farted over 4 times on that flower, so I chase as Pyke lands a field goal with his hook and I earn the kill myself. We run away from the rude ratchet asshole squirting us with her water gun before I show the world what a perfect teammate I am by stepping in front of
An ult that clearly wouldn't have killed your support, right before you go back to base? Wow Rav, they are just so lucky to have you.
Then me and Bobby, which is also a girl's name, are coming in to pick some pollen as the beetle decides she just doesn't feel like getting rooted as I attach the sniper scope to my dart farter and long range pick that weed. Then the Ninja Turtle arrives just in time to bring that Brit's booty back to the boys and girl, before tattooing an X on it. We are now pretty fed, so we rush in to be the first to cover the news of 2 chicks' bodies being dumped in a river. Pyke long range calls back dead bitch number 1 for an interview, but she evades his questions, so I deem her a waste of time as we start peppering the plant for details, and she informs us that a flatulent rat and some slouchy snapper were responsible. Then an anchor from Channel Mid Lane News comes in, so I hide from that slimy shitter before whipping a piss vial at him in desperation, only to chuck it way too far as we coordinate a cuck cut against the calamari. My support is hiding behind the corner until I call over a few people to dramatically announce his grand entrance, which admittedly was overhyped considering he missed everything and then autoed once to steal my kill.
Then little Ravy rat stealths again, thinking he actually has a shot with that babe. Typical Rav dreaming too big. Poor dude actually thinks people are here to watch his dogshit gameplay.
But here is where you are wrong, hun. We walked straight up to that broad and destroyed the dime piece under her tower.
If by destroyed the dime piece, you mean your support did everything as you slobbered on your right click button like I watched you do, then sure Rav, you really got her.
Then word breaks out that 3 more people's bodies were going to be found in that same river, so we sneak our way in to see what was going down. The plant gives us no helpful details about her killer, so we just put an X over her name. Then I fart dart the furry fondue pot before snapping a dope action shot of the Pyke execution for my Instagram and body blocking a bullet for my boy.
I will do this one. Rav's butt buddy is balls deep in some shrubs, so naturally Rav runs in like the pre-death frontline ADC he is, only to be bailed out by the fact that the losers got lassoed together by Lunar Lisa for his sped ass to stand still and right click. His skill is just unmatched.
Thanks babe. Next play started off the same, with my apparent butt buddy in deep again trying to teach the octopus how to draw an X, but it's too early as the sped squid is still working on getting his first W as he dies to fire, and I tickle the twirling titan to finish the fight. Then I am off feeling like a little rambunctious rat because I just saw the cheddar cheesy cub, so I grab a sticky note and write my rework sucks ass on it and go to stick it on the bear's back without him noticing, but I get caught, so I run my ass off before telling him that he sucked before the rework too. The game ends with a small wombo combo to force the flashes out of some fleeing Felicias and to foreshadow something much bigger to come. Then a few minutes later, my whole team switched it to W for wombo at the same time for a coordinated genocide of their entire team, prompting an easy W for the boys. Now it's time to take it back to the 90s and turn on some classic Tom and Jerry. And to make this even better, we get matched up against the sword jabbing Jag-off and my banging internet GF in her baton twirling state championships uniform. And we are casually pinning the sped monkeys to that statue's nuts until Big Hair here queefs a twister our way, giving him the confidence to douche dash in with 10 health, so I send him back to the place where most Yasuos go to hang out. Then there is a bit of a gathering bot lane and my support must have seen a kitty treat or something because she unlatches from the safety of my nips just to get soul sucked in a black hole. But the windshitter fails to realize our turret playing an entire game of checkers on his ass, which makes the trade even. A minute later and Tom and Jerry are going undercover to gather some data for our study on why all windshitters are little whiny ween suckers. I underestimate my strength again and chuck a pitcher of piss too far, but the idiot windwalls the clearly missed shot before going full Jiggy the Jouster on us. The kitty starts to channel her
Holy shit Rav, this is so damn painful to watch. Your support is literally going to need therapy after being stuck in a lane with your sped rat ass all game.
Well, I still got paid at the end of the day, so I am not complaining.
And you are also not getting out of gold with plays like that.
Well, at least I am not this guy who windwalls a Yuumi Q before engaging on us over a pile of our pissed off hooded midget employees.
You honestly should play that champ. I bet your viewers would love watching your donkey ass feed on that dashing douche. You would play the 10 death power spike so well, Ravi boy.
Ignoring that comment, I lost my kitty and put out a bunch of posters trying to find her, only to get a call that someone saw her in river, But they said a group of people were trying to eat her, so I sprint over to check only to save her at the last second. The hungry mob is angry now as one of them literally throws a ball of fire at me and starts kicking and punching like a psychopath, so the kitty puts him in timeout and we send him home as the floating static shitter force feeds Lux a blueberry and they do a bit of synchronized dying for us.
Then the bozos have the brilliant idea to leash a dragon for the other team while their jungler is off taking a piss, so the bad guys tame the Drake before that moron Wind Dick makes it not worth by flashing into danger and using his only defensive ability as nothing more than a decoration to feed my Rav Rat another kill.
Big surprise, the M7 feeder is mispositioned again, but that pathetic ponytailed puss face isn't worth piss at this point, so we sneak past him to grab some blonde booty instead. My kitty shines some lights at the star slut to pin her down for me to spray all kinds of chemicals in her pretty little face. Then the arrogant airbender gives me 3 more reasons as proof why my decision to ban him every game is purely so that I don't ever get stuck with one of these micro wiener wind whiffers on my team. Then the rabid werewolf does a blind face check only to get crystal cucked and purple puked on before a hit of zoomies up his anus turns him super sane for a few seconds. The metal mouth breather challenges him to a Pokemon battle, so we all wait patiently around to see who won, but turns out they just beat the shit out of each other and both come out begging for death. I just finished force feeding myself enough asparagus to turn the stench of my gas into something that will be studied in history books for decades, and I just can't hold the butt bubbles in anymore, so I flash into enemy territory to piss on the prophet as I sneak a few sharp darts onto him before letting the stank give him a spank. Turns out, our jungler has been doubling as a male stripper at nights, but he seems to have pissed off his plated pimp, so the two of them go into his office for a private chat. I give my kitty a thumb emoji to show what is probably being shoved up Set's ass as Morta emerges with the look of someone who just abused his bottom bitch, so I make sure the crime doesn't go unpunished. We are then doing some worm-ween whacking as a team building exercise when our jungler displays the timing of a broken stopwatch as a literal blind person times it better as I quickly arrest the Baron buff burglar. Then we all gather around to throw a surprise you a dead bitch party for the metal mouth breather as he gets home from work. I then go stealthy rat, with my kitty cat, to have a chat, with the blonde brat, and to take a nice look at her juicy round fat,
bodacious booty pores,
before snipe sharding a few times to pop the purple prophet. One last battle breaks out where the enemy team displays an impressive amount of synergy as the mace moron interrupts a strategic suck fest on my anus and I kite around in the dimension of death long enough to escape and be reunited with my kitty before finishing the fight. This prompts the kids to finally quit and the rat comes out with a fat win for the boys. Now I just want to end the video by saying I appreciate each and every one of you for your support and your kind words, and that I promise to work hard to keep these videos fresh and entertaining. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do for 200k subs and if you want to see more of my wife in these videos. Pet your dog, jerk your ween, buy my merch and brush your teeth tonight. Rav out.